podcast. So let me do it and don't interrupt, okay?
Yes, I will.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Like, if you're an Anatomy of Marriage listener, you're going to deal with your semen.
And that's just not physical.
Sorry. I'll, spray some slime in your butt crack and you can walk around with that all day. Is that we'll call it even?
Melanie Dawn Studley, this is inappropriate.
Just aim it the other direction and there you're not pregnant.
Oops.
And this is going to get really explicit for a moment, so if you are uncomfortable with words like semen...
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say semen. Hello, and welcome to the Anatomy of Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
And I'm Seth Studley.
And today we have big news.
Yes, indeedy.
If you're listening to this, you can also be watching it because we're switching to a video series for all of our podcasts. So we're going to be releasing the show like normal on our podcast feeds, but all of the shows will be videos on our YouTube channel.
That's right. So you can watch us on YouTube. We're also going to do special Patreon videos, and this is how we're going to do it. It makes less work for us, and it's kind of more fun and keeps us on top of our game, and you get to see what we look like and how we interact with each other, and it's just cool.
And if you can't tell, it's cold in our shed.
Yeah, it's
You've got your
freaking June 10th, and
it's like 7 degrees.
Cold in the shed for some reason.
So that being said, we want to tell you what's going on with the videos, why we're doing them, what it's going to look like, and all of that. Like Seth said, it's easier for us to edit video, which seems counterintuitive, but it is easier. So we're doing that so that we can make more videos and more podcasts quicker, because it's so much work to just do the audio part. So that's why we're switching to the videos. And like Seth said, also, we're making Patreon supported videos only as well.
That's right.
So you're going to see one this week in your feed, and you can hear it on the podcast. But after this week, it's going to be a reward for Patreons.
It's going to be a $15 reward that only the Patreons will get. You also get a sticker included and more updates and stuff like that. But
he means a reward if you pay $15 or more, then you can watch the Patreon supported videos. And those are going to be fun things like goofy things that we do with our kids, or stories or like stuff that's going on in our life right now. And next week, we're doing MTV Cribs style house tour. You're going to see the mansion, Studley Manor.
Right. The mansion, the Mick Mansion? No, it's
Studley Manor, I think is what it ought to be.
Studley Manor, that's right.
And we have more big announcements to make.
Yes.
We are partnering with MarriageSupply.com. And it's not just like they're going to help us sponsor the show or whatever. It's like we are legitimately teaming up with them in a new way to create sort of like take Anatomy of Marriage's website and MarriageSupply.com and kind of like marry them together and even scramble it up.
Right. And partnering with MarriageSupply.com, it's not like, oh, and this is a cool partnership. No, this is where we're going. This is direction that we thought would be really cool. They reached out to us, and of course we said, yes, this will be awesome. So what we will be able to do is create more content, create actual products that you can buy. Go check it out, marriagesupply.com. And some of those products that we'll talk about today are actual curated boxes.
So right now, marriagesupply.com has, it's basically an online website that sells like marriage enhancements, I think is the way that you would say it. But
marriage
it has
enhancements,
like
right.
massage oils and sex toys and things like that. We are going to partner with them and have a lot more stuff beyond just those things eventually down the road. But right now, it's an awesome website, and you can find they have couples massage like boxes that you can buy. They have an intro to toys box. They have a honeymoon box and an oral sex box. And those are just curated boxes so that you don't have to think about like, oh, do I need this and that? Or what do I do? And it's just a really cool resource. So check it out. And right now you can get 10% off your purchase if you use the promo code 10 from AOM at marriagesupply.com. And that promo code is good through August 31st to get 10% off your purchase on marriagesupply.com.
And one other thing, we are also going to do live openings of these boxes.
Unboxing is the term.
Unboxing, right.
We're getting them sent to us. We're so excited.
So that'll be really cool. And we're going to go through it and actually talk about it. Probably,
you'll get
hopefully,
to see what's,
use it.
You'll get to see what's in them and how it's delivered. It's delivered discreetly. All of it's like It's discreet packaging. It's nothing has like a nudity or porn on it or whatever. So that's what Marriage Supply is all about. They're going to send us, I think, 4 marriage boxes. We're going to unbox them for y'all and talk about them, talk about what our experience with them was like. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So check them out.
In a very normalizing way, just like we do with everything in the podcast, we're trying to normalize stuff. We're trying to increase and enhance connection and pleasure, and that's just not physical.
Sorry.
That's just not physical stuff. It's in enhancing and creating emotional, spiritual connection.
Biopsychosocial, spiritual, sexual connection.
That's right. That's right.
And sorry, this is sort of like a we're telling you a bunch of stuff episode, but
It's good.
are sorry, I have a whiteboard right below the camera. So that's why I keep looking down. We are 14 iTunes reviews away from hitting 400 reviews, which I can't believe because
that's awesome.
It was like 2 weeks ago that we were hitting 300. So if you like the podcast and now the YouTube video series and you haven't reviewed the show yet, please do it.
Absolutely,
And tell
please do it.
13 of your friends to do it.
Yeah, just 13. That's nothing.
14 technically.
It's basically 1. Okay,
We've already hit 400.
Right. And another thing, by way of numbers, we are like this close to reaching 500,000 downloads. And
Where does that have to?
that's just a thing. That's a really exciting kind of thing. Like 500,000
you're
downloads.
just sharing, I see.
Yeah, 500,000 downloads.
Which is insane.
Which is crazy. And our show hasn't even been around for 2 years.
Yeah.
So think about it. That's awesome.
It is awesome. I'm
It
thinking
is
about
awesome.
it.
And I'm looking for 1 million downloads ASAP. So tell your friends, tell your mom,
Tell your friends'
dad,
friends. Tell your mom's friends.
right, about the show. So, okay, what are
Did
we hit
one
everything?
more? No.
One,
And then the other thing too is if you're not a part of our Facebook groups, please become a part of our Facebook groups. We have a general Facebook page where anyone can chit chat about things. We have a private Facebook page where you can share things and that's private. And then we have a private women's and men's groups Facebook pages.
Right.
So we've got 4 pages with different, they all sort of do different things. But it's really awesome. It's a great community that we're building. Everyone is welcome and we want to see you there. And we are only 8 more follows away from having 1,000 followers on Facebook. I'm not obsessed with numbers at all.
No, I can tell.
So you should follow us on Facebook and join the groups if you haven't already. But yes, we did want to take some time to thank the people who have left us reviews. And we wanted to read a review.
The review of the week. Well, not the week because we do 2 weekly shows. The review of the show.
The review of today. Does that say James or Jamie?
James.
No.
No, it's James.
Jaime? It says, real. I wish that Melanie and Seth were my friends in real life. We are your friends.
We are. We are real life and you are real life. So
we're your
we are
friends. They are hilarious, insightful, and real. I always look forward to every new podcast and gaining wisdom to apply to my marriage. I am encouraged to influence my family and the younger generation to view sex, marriage, and relationship differently than how I was raised in the church. Heart emoji.
Boom.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that in and for rating and reviewing the podcast.
5 stars.
On
Thank
iTunes,
you.
5-star review. We also wanted to read a question about birth control.
All right. And this is also a nice comment, which I'll include. Hey guys, I love your podcast and share it so obsessively that I've definitely been labeled as a podcast nerd. My boyfriend and I recently listened to 2 of your Q&A episodes that covered pornography and the meaning of intimacy in general. It was so helpful to us. Good. I'm not sure if you're still fielding questions for the series, but as I prepare for marriage, the world of contraceptives leaves me confused and a little anxious. I would love to hear you address how people, like young couples, avoid pregnancy in a way that honors all parties involved. God, husband, wife, potential children. Again, thanks so much for all you do. All right.
Thank you for the question, and I have lots of thoughts about this.
All right, go ahead.
We haven't talked about this question at all yet.
No, it's a great question. So, some backstory. When we first got married, you went on birth control, right? You were on the patch, and that kind of tripped out your hormones.
I was on like everything. I did the patch for a while. I think I did the pill for a while, and I did a ring. Nuva ring.
Oh, that's right.
I hated all of them.
Right. Why did you hate them?
Because they're screwing with your body.
Yeah.
It's like messing you up, and they're.
So you had some weird side effects from it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
I thought there was more backstory you were giving.
No, not really. That's just what we used to use.
But so the way that I look at birth control now is really different than when we were first married. Like I said, I did like the patch, I did birth control pills, I did the NuvaRing, and let me clarify though, those things are good for some people. Some women actually take birth control even though pregnancy is not even on the table, to help balance their hormones, help with things like acne or really terrible periods. So if that's something that you have or experience, or you need to take birth control for those things, by all means, do what's best for your body. Right. So I'm not trying to say that those things are bad or wrong or anything. There are a lot of options. There's like an IUD. There's the implant thing that you can get in your arm. There's a IUD.
Cervical cap.
I don't even know what that is. Sure. There's that. A snow cap for your cervix. There's a lot of different options, and your medical provider will tell you what they are and the differences there in terms of how they affect your body. But what I think about that kind of stuff is that when I look back at like putting all these hormones into my body to try to not get pregnant, I feel like I was messing with I was messing with a system that already has its own sort of jive going on. Right. And I didn't like how it made me feel. I'm pretty sure I gained weight. Which who cares? But I just everything about it was like I felt bad, I was uncomfortable, and I didn't like having to remember to take a pill, etc., etc. So I am all for condoms. I think they're great. The barrier method, any kind of condom, they have female condoms, they have male condoms, and or the like pulling out method. What is that called?
Right, that's what it's called.
Because it's like getting pregnant is a thing. It takes two things to happen: sperm getting to an egg. And
Hopefully
there's lots
everybody
of ways.
knows
Just
that.
aim it the other direction, and there you're not pregnant, right? Like it's not going to happen if it's over there, right? So I think, from my perspective, you're not like aborting a baby, you're not putting chemicals into your body. If you can create a rhythm around either like the pull-out method, which there's a higher percentage of pregnancy with that because it's not always that simple.
You don't always pull out.
You don't always know. Like if you've had something to drink, maybe you think, oh, I'll be fine. And then whoops, here comes a baby, right?
What about the timing of your cycle?
Yeah, there is.
Method.
You can I can't think of the name. Like, what is that called? Something with your temperature.
Ovulation.
But you can do that. You can do the this like where you take your temperature and that will tell you how fertile
Basal
you are.
body temperature.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah. And again, like just we can try to find a resource that's good for this, but I'm sure you could find it online. Like what are the different birth control methods?
So I want to be honest. Yeah, okay, who cares if we get personal? Everybody knows everything anyway. So we use condoms and have been using those for
10,000 years.
Super long time, and it's not like wearing a condom the whole time we have sex, just towards the end, which people say they don't like how it feels and stuff. I'm kind of used to it, and I almost don't like that anymore. And we've had conversations about that, and getting a vasectomy, sure, that's fine with some people. I don't think it's right for me, just because I don't.
To get a vasectomy?
Yeah, I like you, I don't want to mess with my body and do something unnatural to it. It's not something that I need.
Yeah.
And I just kind of don't like the idea. I don't know why, but it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And just do whatever works for you as far as honoring God. Personal view, I don't think God cares, actually.
Well, I mean, it would be different if you do like getting pregnant every 3 months and then having an abortion. That might be not great. That's
not
honor
something that we would do, but I don't think, I mean, we're not Catholic. I know Catholics have a certain view, and maybe other religions have certain views on birth control, but that isn't our view. I personally don't think God, creator, whatever.
Wait, why are you
cares.
talking about all that?
No, because that was part of the question.
What this? I don't know that that's how she meant it, but
Well-
let me also say too that I want to speak to the men specifically that, and this is something that we went back and forth with for a long time about using contraceptives like birth control versus a condom or whatever. Like, intimacy and being sexual with your partner is a mutual act. And what I really, really hate that happens in our culture and in our society is that men make it a woman's problem to not get pregnant or do whatever it takes for them to not become fathers, right? Or to not have to deal. That includes, and this is going to get really explicit for a moment. So if you are uncomfortable with words like semen,
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say semen.
Right.
So what is, I think, very, very unfair, and this should not be happening. If this is happening in your marriage, you might want to have a conversation about it. But what I didn't like about you saying, like you said you didn't want to use condoms. When a man ejaculates inside of a woman, she's got to deal with that ejaculate.
Right.
It doesn't disappear. Your vagina's not like a
Vacuum.
magical vacuum and then whoop, it's gone. No one has to deal with it. No, the woman that has it inside of her has to deal with it.
Right.
And it is kind of gross. It's like coming out of you, not just all at once. It like slowly trickles out, and that's not awesome.
Right.
And especially if you had sex anytime other than at night, like you are literally like walking around all day with that. That's gross. Leaking. There we go.
Basically.
Leaking. So men have to be aware that that's something that they're doing to their wives, and their wives might not want to deal with that. And men have a tendency to be like, oh, but it's uncomfortable or it's that. And they want to be like a baby about it and be like, okay, well, I'll like spray some slime in your butt crack and you can walk around with that all day. Is that, we'll call it even? Like
Melanie Dawn Studley. This is inappropriate.
It's funny though.
Okay, so how about this? So this is getting real again. Who cares? We've been using condoms for literally like 10 years, right?
Probably 12.
So let's have a couple of years of no condoms and even it out.
I'll spray slime on your butt. We'll call it even. But the other thing
boy.
I was going to say too is, like with the pull-out method, if you are the man, you got to figure out what to do with the semen that will be going somewhere. Like, don't leave that to the wife. Don't make the woman deal with that. And that's the thing that really frustrates me. That's in our culture. It's in everything. Like, it's in pornography. The men never deal with the thing that comes out of their body. Well, you're going to deal with it. Like, if you're an Anatomy of Marriage listener, you're going to deal with your semen. Okay?
Whatever works for you guys mutually. And guess what? This is probably a bigger conversation, because what if I say, you know what? I'm fine with getting a vasectomy now, and I don't want to use condoms for 1 year, and it's your turn to deal with the slime.
I'm not going to deal with it. You're going to deal with it. It's not slime time. Is that like a Ghostbusters reference? Slime time? Anyway, that's really gross. But I just want to make the conversation transparent and clear for both parties involved, because men often think that sex is for them and that the getting pregnant part, that's the woman's issue. No, it's not. If you are having sex with your wife, it is half your responsibility to not get her pregnant if that's what you want, and to help deal with the slime time.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree.
You know what that it is? It's chime time. It's
chime time. I really don't know what you're talking
from
about.
Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Oh boy.
That's what I was thinking of. But anyway,
Yeah.
made it real weird. But if you have slime time, you'll have chime time. You'll have kids.
Apparently. All right.
But yeah, so I hope that answers the question about contraceptives. But I really want it to be in relationships, in marriages, in engagement, like when you're thinking about getting married, and these are things you're going to have to talk about with your partner.
Yeah,
be
they really are.
open and honest about it. And men, I want you to be responsible for the things that come out of your body. It's not your girlfriend or your wife or your engaged partner's stuff to deal with. Deal with it too, and don't make it their issue.
All right. Very good.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with that?
I don't think so. I think we covered a lot of stuff. I am really excited. Are you excited about this video kind of thing that we're doing?
Yeah, high five. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like making videos. I think that it's fun.
You get a little jazzy.
I get a little jazzy.
Camera comes out,
which is a good thing.
Crazy and
right. So hopefully you guys like it. Please, please, please send us emails, anatomyofmarriage@gmail.com, letting us know if you like this format. If you don't, then too bad. No, I'm just kidding. It really does reduce work for Melanie, who does all the editing anyway.
It reduces work and lets us do more lets us make more content. So
yes. So if you want more content, you'll learn to like this
format.
Anatomyofmarriage@gmail.com, anatomyofmarriage.com, Facebook pages, Patreon. We've done all this. I think we've done this promo at the top of the show.
Yeah, but again, check out marriagesupply.com and just peruse around. And like I said, we want to sort of take that website to the next level. And eventually we will have, we'll feature blog posts there about different marriage topics, and we'll have different items. Like we want to get our stickers on that website and
other merch stuff too.
Yeah, like a bunch of different things. So it's not just sex toys. That's where it is right now. But eventually we're going to help grow it into a whole big thing. So if you have ideas for us for marriagesupply.com, let us know. Go to anatomyofmarriage@gmail.com and send in your ideas. And again, send in your questions, if you want to send in videos. Like we got a video, but we need to ask for permission to put it in our videos.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, send in your videos of like, you love the podcast. Let us know. We'll put you in it.
That's exactly right. MarriageSupply.com. Again, MarriageSupply.com. Go check it out. And also the promo code 10 from AOM for 10% off until August 31st. So basically you have the entire summer to explore new things with your partner, explore the site, and also get 10% off.
Yeah, you can get a curated box. You can get
that's right.
massage oils. You can get a honeymoon box if you're getting married.
That's right. And we know a lot of people who are getting married soon, so I definitely want you to check that out and use the 10% promo code.
All right. So before we go, we want to say thank you to our team, our AOM team. Thank you, Ken, and thank you, Justin. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, William. Y'all are awesome. Please support what we're doing on Patreon, and we will be back
soon as possible.
In a matter of days.
All right.
All right.
Adios. Bye.